Just got back from picking the children's up from school. SKOOL. Linda's right hand, is bothering her greatly, so I volunteered to go pick the little darlings up. Side note on all that, I have an oldest adopted son named Dale. I talked to him a little earlier. There's an ointment called diclofenac sodium 1%. That's the active ingredient. It's not the name of it. It goes by different trade names. I get the chemical generic version at Walmart. So he was in Ardmore with his wife Andrea. He calls her his sweetie, but they were down there, and I told him that I was going to get him some and take to him, and I did, and got him that, and I got him some fish oil. It says fish oil on it, to do his joints with. I neglected to tell him one more thing that I'm going to mention on here. You do not want to drink diet soda. The ingredients in that, if you have arthritis, it makes your arthritis go crazy, as does eating things high in sugar. I'm guilty of that sometimes, not so much lately. I did yesterday, but before that, no, and today, no. Linda and I actually went to Carl's Jr. for breakfast, a late breakfast. Had to go to Walmart to pick up dog food. Yeah, that's what it was. And then I got some snack crackers for in here. I replaced the little cups of noodles I eat most of the time with crackers for everybody else. Bought another 12-pack of herbal tea for in here. That's what I've been up to today. I need to get on looking up, doing a background check on a couple of guys for Jerry. I actually called and he was talking to them. A couple of young men decided they wanted to come in and take over Jerry's business at Fun Valley. And it sounded like a good idea to Jerry until they told some of his employees they would be needing to find new jobs. I think right now my best friend is telling these two guys, no, you're not going to be taking the business over. I made one thing clear to him that I've made clear all along. Well, two things. If something sounds too good to be true, it's usually too good to be true. And number two, you gotta do like this. You keep a thumb, keep a finger on the pulse of your money. You don't let other people handle your finances. You just don't. He's got a good batch of employees working for him right now. His wife spearheads and oversees the bookkeeping part of it. And it's like the old axiom, the old common sense saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Speaking of which, things that are broke. I sent off on eBay, I just bought another one, to a reputable company. Okay, these little center caps on Linda's wheels on her Navigator, one of them was a little broken. When we got new tires put on it, it got broken further and it zinged off somewhere. I don't know where it went. So I just ordered a aftermarket brand new one to replace it. Not 2 hours ago I did that. But I bought another one from a guy that was original equipment. Swore up and down that it would fit. And I had my son Benjamin try it on. It won't fit. Linda's is an old Navigator. It was made in 1998. From 2000 to about 2004, they have a whole different size wheel, whole different size lug nuts, everything. So the one that's out there, that fitted, you know, her old newer one. So on eBay I sent a request to return it. I doubt they'll let me return it, and I doubt they'll refund the money. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't a great deal of money, but it was about 50 bucks to get something that was broke and used. I did not call around to different salvage yards around here to see if they'd have one. I don't have time to run and get it. And then on my van, my son Chris figured out why it's having problems. He isolated it, he rebuilt part of it, but it still had problems. Day before yesterday, or yesterday, whenever it was, Nick drove it to work at Turner Falls, and the left front caliper locked up all the way there. I didn't have many problems with it coming home, but I had Chris take, my youngest son, take the part off. Well, it's actually two parts. It's a what is that thing called? I didn't write it down on here anyway. One's a brake pressure thing, and the other one is an ABS control pressure thing. One controls pressure for the front brakes, the other one controls pressure for the back brakes. It stabilizes it. It keeps it so it doesn't lock up. Well, evidently they're broken, and the parts are at Chris's house. Ordered one brand new one that they do still make. The other one they quit manufacturing. It's an old van. It was made in 1990, and we'll get it in. There's a little tube, steel tube that goes between the two of them, and he's got to get that separated somehow. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to the Napa store and buy the appropriate length of hardened steel tubing and two fittings to fit it, and then I'm going to have to find a way to bend it, flare it. And I used to have a flare tool. I used to have all the tools anybody would need for anything. Well, they're all missing. I've got toolboxes in here, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have time to go through everything. I still haven't gone through the tubs. I still haven't got to fly my drones. And Nick is off Thursday and Friday this week, so when he gets home, he and I are going to have a talk. I want him to clean out the pool and start filling it tomorrow. It's hot enough now that those boys and girls and me and mine need to be swimming. I've got to go find stuff and build a gate for it. Haven't done that yet. But this is my vlog. I just thought I would let everybody know what's going on here. I'll be out here for a while. I got a ton of work I've got to do. Like I was telling Linda, my time is being eaten up. I thought briefly about going back on radio, and I prayed real hard about it. That's not going to happen. I have enough problems right now just trying to keep things going that I've got going. But I'm going to get off of here and have I was looking at paper. My grandson Cheyenne draws, and he's real good at it. I'm going to call his sister after I hang up the camera and tell her to come out here and grab about half of my copy paper and take it into Cheyenne to draw on. I love my family, all my family, including those of you that are watching this. I love everybody with my whole heart. And I got a big heart. You know, I mean, literally, I weigh close to 300 pounds, and so I imagine my old ticker's swole up. I don't know, haven't looked at it in a while, and that's really not a joke. I have a friend named Teresa that works at Walmart. What is this? And she was telling Linda and I, we're both friends with her, we love her to death. She was telling Linda and I that she had had a heart attack about a week ago. And she's at work today, and I told her that you don't need to be at work today. Well, the doctor said I could. Granted, it's not physically demanding working where she works, but she needs to be resting, in my opinion. But what that's about, I told Teresa a few years ago, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, I had a mosquito bite me and send West Nile virus directly to my heart. And it shut down 2 of my arteries. I nearly died. I had a fairly severe heart attack from it. I owe a doctor named George Croissant. He's a heart specialist up at the Oklahoma Heart Hospital in Oklahoma City. I owe the man my life, and I owe God my life. But he did blood work. The Indian hospital did blood work, and they couldn't tell anything about it. They didn't have a clue what was wrong with me. I think that one of the interns at the Indian Health Center there in Ada thought I was faking it, trying to get some kind of psychotropic drug or something, I don't know. They sent me by ambulance, and that was the worst ride I've ever taken in my life. My back has been broken in 3 places, and I don't lay at an angle like that, head higher, very well at all. That's why I really can't do recliners. I can't do seats when someone leans them back. But I took an ambulance. They sent me via ambulance up there, got in there. Even though they had done a blood section on me, George Croissant wanted to do a second. He did so, and he found out I had West Nile virus in the walls of my arteries, and that it had caused 2 of them to collapse. So he put stents in, 2 stents, and saved my life. My adopted son Dale came up with Linda to pick me up in his pickup, because you got to know how to get around up there, and he did. And long story short, I'm still alive. But the point of that is, I told Teresa that a mosquito nearly killed me. The sidebar to that, many of you know, if not all of you, that I write books, or I did. I'm no longer a writer. I used to be, and I might write another one. My problem with writing right now, I've been retired for a while, and it just keeps getting busier and busier on me. And there are so many books I would like to write. There are some books I need to write, one of which is, I know which plants to eat out in the woods, and I know which plants to use for medicine. here in Oklahoma. And I could go out and get photographs of them, do a drawing, and produce that and get it out to the general public, because there might come a time in the near future, if you don't know how to pull food out of the woods and out of the streams and out of everything else where you're living, you might starve to death. We've got livestock, we've got poultry, we've got all that here. That's fine, but what if you don't have all that and you need to eat? Well, I know how to show people what it is they need to eat. The other thing I've been thinking, and I'm probably going to do this one on YouTube, on the other channel, Adventure Site, I'm thinking real hard about going with a camera, since it's spring going on to summer, and actually showing the plants and showing what parts of them are edible and what to get. Most people don't know what a milk thistle looks like, but the sap is a very good pain reliever. Most people don't know what a willow tree looks like. They think of weeping willows, but you can cut the bark off in small pieces off the tree and you're not going to harm it. It'll grow new bark, but you can strip the pith off the inside of that bark, and that is what aspirin comes from. And you can chew that stuff up. You put about 4 tablespoons of bark in your mouth one at a time, chew it, suck the juice, spit the hard stuff out. And that's the equivalent of taking 8 aspirins, or the equivalent of 4 ibuprofens. And it works as a pain reliever. That's just a couple of examples. There's all kinds of examples. How to eat cactus properly. What parts of a cattail are edible. And you know, it's all out there. We have a friend up in Wynnewood named Julina Avery. She makes a study of all that. But she's from Minnesota, and she's learning about down here. There are so much you can eat, but you need to know how to trap animals, hunt animals, how to catch fish in a fish trap. I enjoy fishing with a rod and reel. I'm not very good at it. My younger brother Chris is a monster at it, but I do know how to build fish traps to catch fish. I've done that a lot. Hunting, I have a problem with that right now simply because I'm non-ambulatory for the most part. But I'm working on getting better, and when that pool's going, I'll get better. One way or another, I'm in that thing swimming every day. I'm rambling. I apologize for that, and I've got some serious work I've got to do, but I want to tell all of you watching this that I love you, and I do with my whole heart. Everything I've got to love you with, I love you with. But turn it down a little bit. Like that sign right up there says, be kind. It won't hurt you a bit, and it might do you and one more person some good. Love all of you. God bless you, and bye.